And joining us here in studio, one of our favorite guests ever. She is tech princess. She is gadget guru. She is everything. She's Katie Linendoll. Katie, how are you?
Oh, my goodness. So good to be back. It's been a hot second.
It has been.
And so much has happened in that hot second. I go onto Instagram, and, dude, you're on a boat getting married, and then you're in Bermuda.
Yeah.
Wow, congratulations.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that kind of came out of nowhere, huh?
Seriously. Seriously.
I didn't really want to build it up. Obviously, it was in play for a couple of months. We had kind of planned it starting back in like January and February, but we had started putting it in motion, and then suddenly, I just kind of put photos out there, and people said, "Oh, wow, I didn't know you were getting married."
I mean, literally, I was with a bunch of my friends. They're like, DA has a girlfriend? No one knew anything. He's married.
Yeah, can you believe it?
Congrats.
Thank you.
I brought you a gift.
Is that right?
I did. I brought you all a gift because if you're on the DA team, everybody wins.
It's so true.
And we know that the crew is the most integral part to a successful show, right?
Absolutely right.
So what I brought you, well, I have a gadget for you, but I'll save that for next appearance. I brought you each, not a piece of crack pie, which is a New York iconic pie. It's kind of an ooey gooey southern pie. It's one of the most known. Have you guys heard of this from
Crack
Milk Bar?
pie? No.
Crack pie. It's legacy in New York City. So I went last night, and usually you get a slice. I brought you each your own crack pie.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Crack pie.
Everybody gets a pie. Okay? You're going to gain like 50 pounds.
She's better than Oprah. You get a pie. You get a pie. You get a pie.
Everybody gets a pie. You have just won over everybody forever.
Well, you looked really good and fit, and your wife is phenomenal.
Thank
wow. You. Congratulations on life, literally, right there.
She's beautiful.
But now you just need to gain some weight.
Yeah, that's
with
kind
the
of
best treat in New York City.
That's the place. So you got a crack pie.
Yeah,
for
I got
us.
a whole bag of crack pies.
You're also wearing such a hysterical T-shirt. You're wearing Joe Kelly Fight Club.
This is true.
A Boston Red Sox shirt with the two baseball bats going across it.
This was dangerous hopping on the subway this morning. I ain't gonna lie.
Because you got family in Boston. You're a big Sox fan.
Absolutely. Going for the AL clinch. Come on, AL East.
Yeah, that's Mraz's arch nemesis over there as a Yankees fan.
But you can respect that I'm wearing a Joe Kelly Flight Club. Like, for a guy that you thought was your accountant to throw down the way he did, that goes down. That's like bigger than Pacers-Pistons brawl. Like, that is legacy top fights of all time.
Yeah, he's not exactly a guy you'd look at and go, that guy's going to beat me up. But, yeah, absolutely. A little toughness behind the nerdy face he's got there.
I mean, let's all hope that you guys get one another in the ALDS because we are all rooting for the Red Sox to just shove it in the pie hole, the crack pie hole.
Crack pie hole.
Of the Yankees and Mraz because this guy's been oinking all year about guaranteeing a World Series bid and rolling right through the Red Sox. So we hope that you smash them.
Yeah, bring it on. I mean, last night wasn't so great, but bring it on.
I'm not going to talk trash when I got crack pie in my face. True.
Katie Linendoll joins us here in studio. So I thought about you when I heard the new iPhones were coming out.
Oh, yes.
Because I am in the market for a new iPhone.
Ooh, due for an upgrade.
And I'm saying I don't know which one to get. And so I said, this is perfect. Katie's coming in to let me know. What should I do?
Oh, my goodness. So we know 3 phones were announced, which is always a luxury. And I call it, being in the tech world, it's like getting a golden ticket when you get to test out the iPhones early. So I have them in hands.
Okay.
Been giving them a serious run through.
Wow.
And so there's the S that you want to say XS, 10S, 10S Max, and then also the 10R. And I like the bigger screen. Okay. This is so subjective. It depends on the person. But I personally am going for the 10S Max. And I think, everything, the integral upgrades are expected, a faster processor, better cameras, and more water resistant, more durable than ever. We all anticipated this. But it depends on what you're due for in terms of an upgrade. And the 10R is like $250, $300 less expensive than the higher end models. And it's still a really great phone.
Okay.
So I'm kind of encouraging people, like, if you just want an awesome phone, you want to save a few $100, you might want to go in the 10R.
And is the camera as good in all of them?
Yeah, the camera is the true depth camera in all 3. And what I love about it, this is kind of nerdy, but if you really want to take professional shots, I posted a video on YouTube because one of my favorite features right now, it's called depth control. You can literally take a photo in portrait mode. Those people that have an iPhone are familiar with this. And then you can control the blurriness of the background. It looks like a professional shot. And like I shoot on DSLR and I've been using high-end cameras for my job for years. And to control the aperture and the f-stop, like these are verbiage that you have to know what you're doing in photography. This is a feature that I was blown away by. And I took it to my nephew's soccer game, and I got the most incredible shots. My sister was literally like, this is better than a professional photographer.
And you can do those on all 3 of those
all
iPhone
the new
versions.
10s, yes.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Are they all out now, or do you have to wait till October?
Start tomorrow.
Okay.
But it's already looking, I checked it this morning, it's already looking like you're going to pick up in October if you start ordering now. Like it's already a little backed up.
Yeah.
And actually the 10R is not out until October as well. So the 10S Max, the bigger one, it's the biggest iPhone they've ever put out to date in terms of screen size. Those are out right now.
What
tomorrow.
do you think about this new dongle thing where you have to buy the dongle with the phone? It doesn't have a jack for your headphones. People are very upset about this.
As they should be. I think, those little components that cost, about $0.25 to make, throw it in the box. And I have to tell you, like, I'm an Apple girl. My whole family's in the ecosystem, so I continue to stay on it. And I like their products. I really do. But even with my MacBook, I don't have a USB port.
Right.
So I had to buy, and I was paranoid, so I bought 2. I had to buy like 2 $90 devices then at the time to be able to plug a USB any device into my freaking laptop. Like, give me the $20 for free. How much money I've spent? And speaking of, a lot of people not happy about the price point here because the phone that I want, the 10S Max, it's $1,500 for the storage.
Whoa.
That's without taxes. So I grew up very blue collar. I know that even my life is in technology. These are expensive gadgets. So I see that.
Katie Linendoll joins us in studio. You grew up on ox roast.
I did. Hands down. What? You throw some like government cheese style on that, it's even better. The real good yellow cheese.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best.
Oh, yeah.
We call it government cheese.
Did you have any ox roast over the summer?
I think I did. I think we have
It's like a nice barbecue,
right?
Outdoor picnic type of meal, right?
Yeah.
Which is like roasted ox in a can.
I didn't know I thought that was ox too. It's new. It's French. It's ox roast.
It's pronounced ochro.
Can you imagine?
Now,
non-GMO.
Organic ox roast is what we're looking at as you grew up in the
grass-fed
in Pennsylvania. So let me ask you this.
Yes.
If you're going to buy a new phone, you're going to have to trade in your old stuff or do something with your old equipment.
Yes,
so
thank you for bringing that up. So that's probably one of the biggest questions I get in tech is like, where do I get rid of my old phone, my old tablet?
Like storing your phone in your top drawer always seems like, should I really be doing this?
And it's a crazy statistic because there's legitimately, so I partnered with a company called Declutter and I use it and I love it because it's where you cash in all your old tech. And they gave me a stat, $33 billion worth of unwanted tech is laying around in American households.
Oh my God.
Cash in, people.
Yeah.
So this is the easy way. It's fast. It's free. And they call it the lazy man's eBay. You can go on, and if you have an old smartphone, it doesn't matter if it's an iPhone, an Android, even gaming consoles, old DVDs, CDs, you can cash in. And typically, especially with things like iPhone, they sell 40% higher than other places because there's a lot of places you can cash in now. Use Declutter.
Ooh, this sounds good. Declutter, Declutter.
Cut out the last E, so it's TTR.
Okay, Declutter, no last E, DECLUTTR.com.
Over 5 million customers paid out over $250 million.
Wow.
I cashed in a ton of junk too, like old Blu-rays, and they even take things like Legos.
Really?
You can cash in pounds of Legos.
Oh, this is awesome.
Right?
So what, you just send away or you sign up and then they send you like a package, then you just stuff all your stuff in the package, send it out?
Exactly. And they even give you a prepaid shipping label. It's so easy you just check off the items you have, you put what kind of condition it is, and you don't have to take photos of it. Like when you're using eBay, you got to get all specific. Yep. It's all about the lighting. They do it all for you.
Oh, that's nice.
And it's also, I think it's really great that they're recycling the tech. Like what they do is they refurbish or they recycle responsibly. And I think that's important. There's so much technology out there. Yeah. You don't want to just be thrown out to landfill.
Yeah, that's really cool. All right, very cool. Did you run across anything school related for kids going back to school in September, October, even August, where, I don't know, there's something that maybe parents right now listening or kids listening would say, oh, that's kind of a good idea. I'm looking for something like that?
In terms of like a great laptop or?
Yeah, technologically, I think kids are using gadgets and electronics and technology so much more.
Oh my gosh, more than
often.
ever. And I think it's remarkable now that even the price points that you can get a great kid's laptop at. I mean, you can really get something the $300, $400 range. It's going to last 5-6 years. But I did put a ton of gadgets, and I'll be posting a lot more back to school on my website, katielinendoll.com. If you saw my lab right now in terms of testing robots, like I have a Today Show appearance this Friday on just strictly robots, and it is insane. So I am constantly nonstop
testing robots.
It's been nuts, DA. I have like a telepresence bot that's turning on randomly in my duplex. Like, it's crazy. So if you're looking for specifically back to school, stay tuned because I'll be putting up a whole back to school section, a carousel.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah.
So you just got like a bunch of Johnny 5 short circuits rolling around your duplex?
I do. There's no shortage. Point is, no shortage of testing out the latest and greatest techs. And my niece and my nephew, they're like my integral toy testers too, and also practical testers. They're 9, 6, and 4 now. So they're always testing the latest kids stuff. So
Katie, no disassemble. No disassemble.
Johnny 5.
Johnny 5. Alive. When we come back, would you stick around?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I got more questions to ask you because there's a really great cause that is being celebrated this month that we need to talk about. And one of our memes here on the show that our listeners have kind of flocked to is, I may look like Drake. And so we will discuss this coming up here next. DA, Katie Linendoll in studio here on CBS Sports Radio. She loves ox roast.
I love all these royal titles.
Yeah, well, you've
Last
earned them
time
all.
you dubbed me the queen of ox roast.
The queen.
I was like, really, when you're little and you're a girl, you want to be the princess of ox roast. Something I was gunning for my whole life.
Joe tweets in, interestingly, Katie, the company that sells ox roast got a hard time for the FDA to call the product ox roast since it contains no oxen. I prefer it, though, with provolone, but I'll have to try it now with yellow cheese.
Ooh, a little pepper jack, sir.
Pepper
little
jack?
pepper jack. Never heard anyone.
Coach D. Poe, a longtime D-Alien, tweets in, I'm just checking in from Erie, PA.
Thank you.
Ox roast and pepperoni balls.
Oh, my
Katie
gosh.
knows what's up.
Pepperoni balls with a little sugar. That was how you tailgate. Even high school football games, you hit those pepperoni balls and you hit them hard.
What is a pepperoni ball?
You never had a pepperoni ball?
No.
See, I don't even know these things are like, this isn't widespread knowledge to me.
I feel like Erie, PA is kind of like a candy land of some type of meats.
We're proud of things like ox roast and evil genius, okay? We just bring in our A game.
So
pepperoni ball is like this dough-filled ball with pepperoni.
I like a nice firm ball.
Okay, so it's a dough-filled ball. So like a kind of like a rice ball, but pepperoni's in the middle.
It's one of those things, though, that it's kind of an enigma because as soon as you like open it up, the steam starts to kind of emanate from said ball. And it feels glorious in your mouth. It is really, really good.
Jason tweets in, I've got 2 boys, 9 and 7, who want to make a short walk to school. Is there an electronic gadget that you know of that I can track them to and from? Now, you're going to be doing kind of back-to-school stuff on your website coming up, so should we just direct them there?
And certainly, like, the first thing that comes off my head, there's a lot of different options, like Tile, a little I don't want to say a chip, but essentially it is a chip that you can kind of put on a backpack that you can see where they're at all times. And it's almost, you could do the same thing, putting it on your keys or I'm putting it in the backpack, however you want to do that. But check that out because that's a nice little option.
Very cool. Steve tweets, ox roast on the mothership? Yes, please. #MyErie. So you also are, you're amazing because you have so many different causes and places that you go and travel and so many different layers to your career and your life. And one of the things that is really, really close to your heart is pediatric cancer research.
Yes.
And this is a big month for that, right?
Big month. It's actually Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month in September, and it's symbolized by going gold. That's the color for it. And I've spent now 7-8 years as a volunteer in the space for pediatric cancer. And I've shared this story with you before, but one of my little besties named Cole Winnefeld, he passed away. It'll be 3 years ago now, just a couple months ago. And in honor of him and his legacy, we set up the Bat Cole Foundation. And what we do, it's really neat. We are always in a push. It's not just about September. It is year-round. But especially this month, we're just pushing the awareness out there. There's so many different kinds of childhood cancer and so many different kids that are affected by it. The numbers are staggering. And right now we're doing the really cool stuff. Not only do we raise money for clinical trials, which actually helped keep Cole alive for 5 extra happy years, but we work with HP. It's one of our partners, and they use high-tech printing we go into select hospitals, and now we have a waiting list, which is really incredible.
Wow.
And bittersweet. We do hospital room makeovers.
Yeah.
So every room is themed out differently, from like superheroes to underwater to forest creatures. And imagine being in a sterile hospital environment when you're a child going through this treatment. And now they have these amazing rooms done by HP printing technology that are completely decked out and made over. And there's been a lot of tears in this process, but it's just been such a bittersweet homage to Cole and, again, his legacy. And then the other thing that I'm doing, we've talked about VR in the past and how that's been played so much into sports too, but we are actually using VR in hospitals to get kids' mind off. I call it distraction technology. So we put on a number of different programs, whether it be Netflix or whether it be I always use the underwater example because it's my favorite. But there's so many different things. They can be on a roller coaster. They can be on go-karts in virtual reality while they're waiting out those long days of treatment. So it's really been a challenging project, but the doctors and the staff and the kids have been amazed. And I'm just going through this new upgrade of brand new headsets to, again, select hospitals. There's no cost for the hospitals. It's something we as the foundation and HP donate with our time and our efforts. And it's been amazing. So thank you for letting me talk about that.
I love the idea of redoing a hospital room or an environment for a child, because I'm on the board of the Rooms to Dream Foundation, and that is a foundation that does the same exact thing for bedrooms of those children with terminal illnesses.
Oh my goodness.
And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they're in their bedroom. They have to spend so much time there. It's either that or the hospital. And so when I was working in Boston, I had a connection because it's based out of Boston, and began working with them very closely and began on the board of advisory. And it is so cool because these young people, if they love Legos, if they love sports, if they love princesses or outer space, they redesign the room to be just like that.
I love this.
So that these children who have to spend so much time there are in this wonderful space, because you know what? If your mind is healthy, oftentimes it helps your body be healthy. And it's a
big deal.
It's a huge deal. So that is such a cool cause that
well, and
you
please
guys are
let
doing.
me know. Like I always say with the projects that we're working on, I've learned so much, and we're typically one of the first out of the gate to do these kind of new VR programs and even use this high-tech printing process. Any way I can help, I'm open source. So please let me know if we can connect you with HP and what we're doing, and happy to share the knowledge.
That is very cool. Katie Linendoll joins us here in studio. Did you also want to mention your Apple Watch?
Oh my gosh, I forgot to, we're talking about new iPhones.
Yeah.
And I'm one of the first in the world to be testing out the new Apple Watch, which I think is really cool for two reasons. Just for anybody interested in upgrading or getting an Apple Watch, I think it does a great job of tracking your activity and holding you accountable to steps per day or hitting your fitness and calories. But now there's two new features. You can actually get a readout, an EKG that is FDA cleared. That'll be new to, it's coming in a software push, which is pretty remarkable.
We should have had this on Mraz when he went in his Giants rant the other day and see what the EKG
Well, you can get an instant heart rate readout, which is so crazy.
They would have put me in an ambulance right away.
Call emergency services. Yes. Swipe that dial. Absolutely. But also, maybe also applicable, there's also a feature that if you fall, there's fall detection. So if, say you're a senior citizen and you have a fall, falls can be terrible. And it'll actually note from the sensors and the different technology hidden behind the scenes that fall has, if you are on the ground, you can swipe to say, yes, call emergency services, or that you're fine.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
That's huge. It's like the old "I fall and I can't get up" commercial.
Yeah, it got high tech.
Yeah, it got real high tech.
Right.
Yeah. Remember how big those were back in the early 90s? It was
that was
T-shirts that said that.
Wow, we could do like a compilation of all the stuff that was low tech, that the shake weight.
Right.
You know, the shake weight, I've fallen and I can't get up, the clapper.
The clapper, yep, Chia Pet.
Chia Pet.
Yeah.
Man, some good ones.
We had a meme going on online because when Mraz did that Giants rant the other day, a lot of different online services picked it up and it went kind of viral and whatnot. And a lot of people that listened to the show and then didn't listen to the show started saying, we saw this big commentary under the thread of all of these, that's Mraz, Giants fan, yelling at Drake. And I guess that was me. So I want to show you.
Okay, show me
here's a picture that we put next to one another. We tweeted this out as well.
Guys,
DA on CBS.
It's pretty good.
I think it's younger Drake, because Drake now, I think he's looking a little older than I do. Mraz, what do you think about this?
Same smile for sure.
There might be something in the eyes, too.
Might be something in the eyes. And I actually think when you came back from your honeymoon, you had that beard I was bashing. If you brought that back, I think you really would start to make a Drake look there. We'll put you front row to Raptors game. I think you got it nailed.
If I just act really obnoxious at a Raptors game, will they think I'm Drake?
DA, it's amazing. When I was reading the thread and people calling you Drake, I actually Googled, like, is there another Drake? There's no way DA looks like Drake. And now that you see it, I think they're onto something. I've been working with, Drake's doppelganger all these years.
Who discovered this?
This was one of our listeners that just added it, and then a bunch of people kept saying, oh, yeah, and they just kept kind of like building on it.
That's Drake and Humpty Dumpty. Being Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, Drake and Humpty Dumpty. That could be the name of our new show.
It's Drake and Humpty on CBS Sports Radio.
I'm going to stick with DA. I'm partial. Very partial.
Old school.
So you can check out that comparison right now online.
It's
DA
pretty strong,
on
you
CBS
guys.
on Twitter. More tweets coming in. Andrew tweets, ox roast, pet balls, and Greek fries all day.
Oh, my gosh. Greek fries. Andrew? Was that Andrew?
Yeah.
Killed it. Nailed it.
What's Greek fries?
Oh, Greek fries? Really?
I think I just got to do a Nomad in Erie.
Seriously, we should just do a road trip.
Yeah.
And, I could go all day.
What's Greek fries?
They're like a curly fry with like a meat sauce on top and add some cheese. They're also great at the Greek church picnics. You strong.
This is awesome. Nate tweets, greetings from Erie. If you're going to bring ox roast and pet balls to the party, don't forget the sponge candy for dessert.
Sponge candy.
What's sponge candy?
There's a place called Romelo's in Erie, Pennsylvania that makes really great sponge candy. It's like I'll bring some in for Christmas.
Okay. Right.
Sells like hot cakes. Except it's sponge candy, not hot cakes.
Dan tweets, DA, our G League basketball team was called the Erie Pepperoni Balls for a promotion last season. It was our largest attendance of the year. Is that true?
Who was that, Dan?
Yeah.
Dan, get me a shirt, man.
The Erie Pepperoni Balls?
That
was their G League team.
Awesome. Forget the Erie Seawolves. We love them. But nothing holds a candle to the Erie Pet Balls.
Wow. Rob tweets, from Fairview, Erie County, PA, ox roast, pet balls, sponge candy, and Presque Isle.
Presque Isle, we're the home of Sarah's Ice Cream. They do an orange sherbet, and it comes in just one size, Erie, PA style, extra, 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 extra large, and you hit it hard. Twinkle coat, Jimmy style, done. I got them all. This is fantastic. This is one of the best days of my life.
Did you ever run for Homecoming Princess or Miss Erie County?
I was on the homecoming court.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I feel like
I had a light up dress. My mom engineered it before like Katy Perry did 10 years later. Okay?
Yeah.
I'd just like to say that.
I mean, I feel like you are the greatest ambassador for Erie ever. Ever. This makes me really want to go to Erie. And it's not that far a drive from here.
I like that. I like that it wasn't
maybe?
evil genius that drove you to desire to make the road trip.
No, it's sponge candy and pet balls.
Strong.
Where can our listeners check out your back-to-school options?
Oh, my goodness. Yes, thank you. I will be posting that on katielinendoll.com. That's my website. And, of course, I always am very active on social media at Katie Linendoll on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Very easy to find. Katie is really one of our favorites around here to have on. She is always a very integral part of the show, part of the family around here. And Bogus, have you eaten your crack pie yet?
I brought you one. You know that, right?
Thank you in advance.
You got it.
It'll be eaten by 11 o'clock. And I just looked up sponge candy, and I'm going to need some of that as well. Chocolate covered? Is that the correct way to eat it?
I am going to bring you guys so much sponge candy.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that.
Christmas coming, the holidays coming. Well, because you always come in to give us holiday gift ideas.
Oh, well, first, DA, pump the brakes. We have a Halloween special.
Oh, yeah, right. The Halloween special's coming up.
Yes.
The annual Halloween special, which we all need costumes
you guys,
again.
It's going to be big.
That's right. So we have you coming in for Halloween, which is in like 3 weeks. We'll have you back.
That's going to be huge. Oh, I had to give us Romolo chocolates and Stefanelli's candies in Erie, PA, known for the sponge candy. I just had to do, I didn't want to do a disservice. Sorry.
Candy!
Oh my gosh, wait, I should bring in sponge candy for Halloween.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
It is all coming together.
Look at this.
So we'll see you in a couple weeks for the Halloween episode.
Are we dressing up?
Yes, we are absolutely.
Yeah, have to.
It's the new tradition after last year. When you come in, this is the day that we dress up.
I couldn't get past security last year.
You and us both. I mean,
and then I had to go to a business meeting dressed as a tiger.
They still
an
don't think we work
RIT
here.
tiger. I acted like I had nothing on tail. I was like, what's up, guys? staring at me.
Yeah, I'm just here for the business meeting. You're dressed as a tiger.
You guys were all strong performers last year.
It was really good. That was good. So we'll do that again.
Yes.
Katie Linendoll joining us here in studio. As always, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.